What did I just watch? What did I just watch? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. We are here today to talk season 2 of Love is Blind, episode 11, The Reunion. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. Again, my thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all of the support. Trust me, all of the support, each and every single subscriber. I appreciate all of you and all the support that you guys are giving me. If you haven't already and you've been typing in Tammy Talks every week, every couple days, trying to see what's new, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because of course there are always more videos to come. If you did enjoy this particular piece of content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, hitting the thumbs up button. Helps us smaller YouTubers with the ferocious algorithm. And then as always, hop into the comment section so we can discuss whatever this was that happened at the reunion. Please keep all your opinions or your comments respectful in the comments. There's no need to name call or any of that type of stuff. We don't know these people. Y'all don't know these people. So we can disagree and all that type of stuff, but like, keep it cute. Don't be in there calling each other out your names over these weirdos that are on this show. All right? So, this was a lot. When I tell y'all, I started watching this morning. I had it on while I was working, and there was too much going on. I watched it on lunch, and then again, I was like, what am I watching? Finally watched it when I got off work, and I feel like maybe I'm ready to talk about it, but it was just, what did we just watch? It was awkward. Let's talk about it. Vanessa and Nick Lachey, while I do like them both, do not ever host another reunion. This was cringy. There was no format to the show. It was basically whoever would start talking, yeah, let's talk about you. And it was like, what is going on? What is going on? I'm not a person that's going to talk about these people's fashions or anything like that. I appreciated Jarrette and Ayana for matching. I appreciated Danielle and Nick for matching. Solidarity, black love for Ayana and Jarrette. I will point out, Sal looked great with his beard. You should have had that in the pods. Maybe Mallory would have been a little bit more attracted to you. What else? Sal had on them gray socks with that blue suit, and that's when I knew that I wasn't going to talk about anybody's outfits. But let's get into whatever was going on here. They start off by asking, was anybody nervous about the reunion? Shake said he's nervous about the edit. Shane calls him out and said, why would that be the first thing you say? Shane said that he's already playing victim. Shake said, well, don't fight with me. We should be fighting with the girls. I don't know what Shane and Shake did back in the green room. I don't know what they did back in the green room, but it was hanging out on this reunion. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Allegedly, but Lord have mercy. Whatever y'all did to get ready for this reunion, do not ever do it again. I don't know what y'all did, but do not ever do it again, because this made both of you look like complete and utter assholes. Shane is asked about calling Natalie Shayna and then not apologizing. We remember that scene where Natalie came into the room and Shane was like, oh my God, Shayna, I've been waiting for you, girl. And Natalie tells him, oh no, Natalie. And they have this situation where he starts to gaslight her and make her feel bad about that. I will admit that initially I did say that Natalie might have been overreacting. I was wrong. I can definitely admit when I was wrong. Shane was gaslighting her and he did do too much. He said he regrets it. He is ashamed of how he behaved afterwards. He should have let her speak. He should not have immediately went into defense in victim mode. All right, Shane. Shane is moving like he's going through withdrawals. It is so alarming to watch. It's hard to watch. It's distracting. He's stuttering all over the place. He's sweating. He's fidgeting. He's just looks like he's glitching on. I can't do it. I could not do it. He is then asked why did he ask Natalie to be his girlfriend when he was like still actively kind of figuring out and dating Shayna. He said that he just got caught up and realizes he should not have done that. Okay. Vanessa asks why the difference in flirting with him. We know that Shane did a lot of asking Shayna what was she wearing all the time, and him and Natalie had actual deep conversations with some substance to it. Shane's response was he was still picking between the two, and that's just how I asked those conversations, and yeah, and I'm like, Shane, that does not answer Vanessa's question. Why were you focused on what Shayna was wearing as opposed to with Natalie? You were focused on more emotional, like, personality connections. That is literally what Vanessa was asking. Shane's high ass didn't have a response for her. Shake interrupts. Shake got on my last ever loving nerve this entire reunion. I don't know what the fuck Shake was on, but we're going to get there in a minute. But Shake interrupts and says that the show isn't about finding a wife. It's about finding love. And Nick Lachey and Vanessa were like, no. The show is about finding a marriage. Why wouldn't it be about finding a wife when you have a fucking wedding that's the last date? Why wouldn't it be about finding a wife? I don't know what Shake thought he was doing by coming on here, but this was... Everybody goes in on him. Shake said that he won't be put in a box to do that. This is what I think was going on with Shake. Shake knows that he acted a complete donkey on this show. And I will reiterate again for the people that seem to ignore when YouTubers say this and ignore when other people give, tweeting and Facebook and Instagram give their commentary on it. No one at all, not a person, is coming down on Shake because he was not attracted to Deeps. That is fine. That is your personal preference. Everybody has a preference. The issue is how you went about it. That is why I think Shake knows that the way that he is like the villain of the show, and he's going to lean into that instead of just being an adult and apologizing. You know what, Deeps, I did do you wrong. He chose not to do that. He chose to double down and triple down on being a fuck boy. I don't know if he thought that it was going to make him look cute or attractive or what, but you look like a simp, to be real. So, and on top of that, Shake was like interrupting people. He kept interjecting into other people's conversations. He kept what is going on here? No, literally no one is asking for your opinion on anything, Shake. Literally nobody. And every time he would talk, it would be just a huge by everybody, both the men and the women. You don't have a friend in Jesus on this cast. And here you are doing all this extra talking with your ashy ankles out. So then we get on to Shayna, and how she confessed her feelings for Shane before he proposed. Shane the entire time is, oh my God, I want to talk about, and it's like, what in the cocaine is going on here? What is going on? I felt like maybe I needed to go do something to understand what was going on. This was so much, y'all. I felt drained after watching the reunion. I literally felt drained. I had to go get me something to drink. I felt drained after it. Natalie felt betrayed by both of them after watching that scene on television, okay? Shayna apologizes. She admits that she should not have done that. But she also said she shouldn't have done it. She apologized to Natalie. She apologizes to Shane. Natalie did not know that Shane was so torn between the two of them. So for her to watch that scene and hear Shane say that, if she would have just said something a little sooner or even a couple of days before that, maybe things would be different. So she kind of felt the way about that. Shane said that nobody knows what it's like to have, when your mind is set on proposing, to have someone come in and do this mental, now to make my nose itch, to come in and do this mental fuck with this mind fuck with you. And I was like, Vanessa, I didn't look at it from his perspective either. So the way that Shane was describing it, yeah, it was a lot, but okay. Kyle then asks, why did that even happen? And that's what we all would like to know. Why did that even happen? Kyle and this nose ring. There were so many disappointments throughout this entire reunion. Kyle done got his nose pierced, which is fine for a man to do that, but the little hoop you got, that's not it, sweetheart. That's not it. Shayna the entire time is like this. Like, if she looks like she wants to be looking over her glasses like this. And it's like, girl, what are you squinting for? Whew. So, Kyle wants to know why she was so hesitant with him. Or I'm sorry, Kyle said he did not know that she was so hesitant on marrying him. He didn't know how she felt about Shane until after he watched it on TV himself. He feels he was used as a backup. You absolutely were. She said, no, I'm sorry. Are you speaking for me? Are you speaking for me? Yes, he is, because you're not going to admit it, Shayna. So Shayna said that her accepting the proposal was a part of her process. I'm sorry. Shayna said that she should have said no right away. She said talking to Shane was a part of her process, right? She felt that she could not move forward with Kyle without letting Shane know how she felt. She also felt manipulated by Kyle because he proposed with his mother's ring, but she is sorry for accepting a proposal. Shayna. I will say this. I am happy that Shayna is taking accountability and apologizing. I'm very, very, very happy that she is doing that, because I fully expected her to come in on some high and mighty, self-righteous type stuff. So I'm happy that she is accepting responsibility for how she behaved in this entire scenario. However, to say that he manipulated you because he proposed with his mother's ring is complete and absolute bullshit. I will say, though, I do think that Kyle did pressure her a lot into it. When she kept saying, I don't think this is going to work, he was a little persistent on, yes, it will, yes, it will, yes, it will, when I think they both knew from rip that it was not going to work. He shouldn't have proposed because he knew that she had her concerns about his religious views. She should not have accepted because she knew she herself had concerns about his religious views or lack thereof, right? Shake again interjects and said that, let's be real, she had the drive to continue on the show because she wanted to keep being on the show. So everybody is like, shut up. So Shake's, I'm just saying what everyone else is saying. I'm saying what everybody else is saying. I'm being real. And it's like, no, you're not, Shake. You're being an asshole. And it's because you want to play into this villain role, but you're not even doing it right. You're not even doing it right. So Nick gets upset, and Nick said that Shake is unbearable, and that's why he unfollowed him on social media. He said because Shake has this mentality that everybody thinks the way that he does, and he thinks that everybody should think the way that he does. And Shake said that he's having a very hard time taking all of this very seriously. See, y'all, what we're seeing right now is the example of a man whose pride was hurt, whose ego was wounded. So the fact that Shake was rejected by Deeps doesn't sit well in his spirit, because Shake feels that he's above her. He should have been the one to reject him. How dare somebody that looks like Deeps reject me? That's what Shake is going through. So the fact that he got not only rejected, but rejected on TV, and now seeing the backlash from everybody and how the world is reacting to it, he cannot fathom. He can't take it. His ego was hurt. He's wounded. So instead of him just being an adult about it and being like, you know what, maybe I did mess up, you're going to lash out and act like a little bitch throughout the entire reunion. You're going to make sure that everybody starts to feel away because you felt the way. These are exactly the type of men that end up alone and will always be alone. Shake has always felt that he is not good enough to be with the type of woman that he really wants to be with. So in his mind, in his own way of dealing with that, the internalized trauma, he takes that out on everybody else. Because how dare Deeps, somebody that is beneath him, right? How dare she reject him? I should be doing the rejecting. So now he's going to be annoying the entire time. So we get to Ayana. She's asked about Mallory and Jarrette and how it felt rewatching some of their scenes. She said it was awkward, and some of it was re-traumatizing. Jarrette said he was always open and honest with her, and that's why he told her about the almost proposal. He was. They then played a clip of Mallory and Mallory and Jarrette's conversation. Ayana said it was hurtful to watch. Okay. She said, however, she was not mad at Mallory because she don't owe me anything. Jarrette was my partner, and she was upset about that. Mallory and Ayana have since spoken, and I believe Mallory has apologized to her. Jarrette admits it was inappropriate. He apologizes to Ayana for it once again, says that it shouldn't have happened, and the conversation should have been tailored a different way. Sal said it was uncomfortable and disrespectful and they could have stopped it. So here's my thing. Everybody has seemed to move forward from it, and I feel like Sal is still hurt by it. So I know y'all don't want to hear this. I didn't care for Sal at all this reunion. I didn't like Sal's demeanor. I didn't like Sal's tone. Sal seems bitter, to be honest. He actually seems bitter. So Sal is mad that Jarrette said that it was just a joke to comment about the ring. Jarrette apologized to him and said it was a joke. It was a very distasteful, inappropriate joke, but it was a joke. So Sal would keep saying, well, you shouldn't have done it, but I don't want to rehash anything. But yeah, but it was real, but I don't want to rehash anything. No, I'm not going to rehash it. My whole thing is like, Sal, either be a man, say what you want to say. I won't say be a man. Be an adult. Say what you want to say. Get all of this off your chest. But don't keep basically starting to say something and then cowering back and not wanting to finish your statement, if that makes sense. So Mallory said that it was hard and uncomfortable. And I know y'all don't like Mallory, but I see what Mallory is saying, right? Mallory is saying, like, we had this very strong connection. We had this, like, kind of explosive blow up when I said I would not say yes if he proposed. They had that blow up. Jarrette left the room. They hadn't had time to like talk about it or even have a conversation. So yes, she feels that the conversation was inappropriate as well, but it was hard and uncomfortable for her as well. And I think when you look at it from that perspective, yes. Now, like I've said before, I think the conversation was something that needed to have happened. Certain parts of it were inappropriate, absolutely. Did it go on a little too long? Yes, but I also stand firm in saying I would rather them have had that conversation then, get it all out in the open, than every episode we see Jarrette or Mallory talking about the other. After that conversation, we didn't see them talk about the other or mention the other on camera at all. We would see their partners. We saw Sal mention it. We saw Ayana mention it. But we never saw them again. We never saw the two of them once again mention it. So that's why I said I'm okay with the conversation. It's passed behind them now. Everybody has moved on except for Sal, apparently. Mallory apologizes once again. Sal said it was wrong to have on the honeymoon. And it's like, Sal, either you're going to move on from it or you're not. But Sal got some hurt in him from whatever happened between him and Mallory on that wedding. I think a big part of it is that Mallory's family did not accept Sal as easily as his family accepted her. Remember, Mallory's sister was not going. And I think a big part of that was like that really, really hurt. That hurts Al. Danielle and Nick, they didn't say much. They said a lot of their disagreements were non-existent in the end. A lot of it was heightened emotion, nerves, etc., etc. Nick said that they had figured out that they need to listen more and talk less. Danielle did move in with Nick. And she said that Nick now dances on tables more than her. Nick said, "Excuse me, my island is granite, honey." So they're doing well together. Good. So let's talk Mal and Salvador. So they have met up and talked since the wedding. And they realized their connection just wasn't strong enough for them to want to, continue to pursue anything. Sal then said there were a lot of things that happened, but he doesn't feel necessary to say because it's in the past now. But then he proceeds to bring up these things throughout the rest of their little small segment. So Mallory said that they had disagreements because of their communication style. Sal then said, I don't want to bring things up, but I felt unheard in a lot of our arguments. But I'm not going to bring it up because it's in the past. But there were a lot of times where I just felt unheard and hurt, but I'm not going to bring it up because it's in the past. But there were times, and it's like, Sal, either you're going to give us the tea or not, sweetheart. One of the two. I need you to pick a struggle. Either you're not going to bring up what happened because it's in the past, or you're going to bring it up. But stop. And I like Sal. I know people did not like Mallory. People were more on Sal's side. But y'all have to admit, Sal was acting very bitter this entire reunion. It's almost as if Sal wanted somebody else on the cast to be like, yeah, Mallory did, and that's not what happened. He was waiting for somebody to try to pull it out of him, and nobody did. So Shake then comes in and said that the conversation with Jarrette, and then, whatever's going on with Sal's ex-girlfriend is what messed up things. And Jarrette tells him, you are trying to break people down. Shake said that he's just keeping it real, because I'm the realest one on here. And it's like, Shake, what is going on, babe? Like, I have never been more irritated and disgusted with a person as I have been with Shake watching this reunion. Because it's like, what are you doing? It's literally like nobody likes you. Literally nobody likes you on that cast. So then, they sick of him. So Vanessa said, let's just talk about you and Deeps, right? We get this montage of all the times that Shake said Deeps was awful. Well, not awful. That he wasn't attracted to her and all this other stuff. So Shake said that he did the show because it is not that different from making a huge purchase. He said he wanted it to work so bad, nobody wanted it to work more than him. But he did want a ballpark body size. Vanessa said that he was on the wrong show. And said that basically Shake just wanted somebody to fuck. I said, okay, Vanessa. Nick Lachey asked, why did he come on the show when he wants to do basically a conventional dating, which is you want to be able to see the person, then from there, like when you have the physical attraction, merge into having like a emotional attraction as well. Shake said he wanted to see if love is blurry. I said, I know you fucking lying, Shake. I know it. This man cannot be serious. So then he said, I'm not attracted to any of the women on here. Only you, Vanessa. And when I tell y'all I saw the fire dancing in Nick Lachey's eyes, he was not pleased. He was not impressed. He did not think it was funny. He was not playing with Shake in that moment. He was not. Shake then goes on to say that we are all animals and animals are attracted to each other. And Nick was like, no, we are not all animals, but that's why you treat animals and not why you treat humans. And I'm just kind of like, why didn't at some point Shake get escorted off of the set? What is going on here? Iyanna said that Shake needs therapy to navigate relationships as a narcissist. So Shake said, I understand. I'm here for your entertainment. I'm the villain. Yeah, I get it. No, you want to be a villain so bad when really no one is even paying attention to you. You're interjecting yourself into these other people's situations because you know that you made a mistake. Whether or not he is going to, he made a mistake in how he treated her. And not, he didn't make a mistake in not marrying her. He made a mistake in how he treated her. And I think he knows that he came off a certain way on camera. Maybe not what he thought. I also think that Shake is just upset that so many people that he thought he was confiding in, talking about Deeps, went behind his back and then told Deeps everything that he was saying about her. So I think he had a little bit of resentment for especially Jarrette and Shane that did that. Natalie said that they know the real stuff that Shake said off camera about her and that no one there even likes him and that what we saw on Netflix was just the watered down, heavily edited version of it. Deep said he lacks all self-awareness and it was degrading to watch the stuff that he said. She said, how do you think, her family felt watching all the disgusting things he was saying? And then she was like, I'm sure your aunt is amazing. Yeah, my aunt's fucking amazing. Yeah, she's great. She's great. Fucking amazing. And it's like, okay. So Deep said that all the girls, Shane and Jarrette, all warned her, this is not who you want to be with. She said that Shake did tell her he was not physically attracted to her, but she did not know the extent of everything else that he was saying to her off camera to all the people. He then says he agrees he could have handled it differently. You see how Shake's tone changed once he saw that nobody was going to be on his side. Literally nobody was going to be on his side. He said that he does, however, stand firm in thinking that he does want a girl that he can put on his shoulders. He does want somebody that looks a certain physical way, which is fine, but then this is just not the show for you. So then we talk Shayna and Kyle. Vanessa asked Kyle if he felt pushed into, if he pushed her. Sorry, y'all. Vanessa asked Kyle if he feels that he pushed her into the relationship. Kyle said no one got to really see their connection on the show, so they did have a real deep connection, right? He was caught off guard when she wasn't sure when they went to... He was caught off guard when she wasn't so sure about them when they first met. But then he asked why she had the hesitance. Was it her religion? Was it his looks? She said it definitely wasn't his looks. She thinks he's very handsome. She said it came down to her religion. He feels she wasted his time, which she absolutely did. She keeps saying, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I said, I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? And it's like, come on, Shayna. Girl, just admit you wasted this man's time because low-key you thought that you could get onto this show through him to try to get with Shane. That's all it is. Kyle then says that he regrets not asking Deeps to marry him. Shake, however, it's like, yeah, go for it. I can facilitate it. Let's get... Shut up. Ooh, he needed a muzzle. He needed a muzzle. So we talk about Natalie and Shane. Vanessa asked what happened at the bachelorette party. At the bachelorette parties, they both had too much to drink, got back home. This is my opinion, my theory. There must have been something physical that happened, right? Because him saying, I hate you, I regret ever meeting you, the way that Natalie is reacting, the way that Shane is reacting, there had to be more than just him saying those words. There had to be more because I feel like they're treating the situation with such kid gloves that it's clear they're hiding something. Shane is stuttering and stammering, admits he should not have said the things that he said, needs to learn how to better express himself. You absolutely do. Natalie thinks he's truly remorseful and thinks that that night changed everything. But she's acting like she can't talk about it because it was so hard. Shane is like, so are you not going to admit your part in this as well? He said, because there were things that led me to say that. And I will say this, Natalie has been playing the victim card with this. We don't know what happened in that situation. Shane wants her to admit she played a part in that argument too. Then he goes on to say that I just wanted you to say that, I'm still a good guy in the middle of this. And it's like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. So, Shane, are you really sorry that you did whatever happened in the argument? Or are you upset that she wasn't like reaffirming you're still a good guy while you're yelling and screaming at her and telling her you hate her? It was the most odd scenario. So then she says she apologizes for making him feel she apologizes for making him feel as if he was not enough. And then now she's crying. So Nick asks if they feel like they missed their chance. Natalie says she doesn't like even thinking about it, and they did try talking and dating after the wedding day, but she cannot get past that day. Girl, what happened? I'm sorry. Nick saying I regret meeting you is not something that I don't know. I don't know, y'all, but I really feel that something more had to have happened outside of just whatever verbal argument they had. Because it seems like a lot that they're just not saying. So Vanessa asks if they have seen each other before today. Asking about Shayna. And Shayna's like, I can talk about her. I can talk about her. I can't talk about her. And Vanessa was like, I just want to know if y'all have seen each other. But okay. Shayna, have y'all seen each other? And Shayna was sitting over there just. She said she don't know why he's acting weird. They have seen each other since then. They're just friends, nothing more, nothing less. Just friends, nothing more, nothing less. Shane is like picking at the bottom of his foot. I said, I cannot wait for this to be over. I cannot wait for this reunion to be over. Jarrette and Ayanna. Jarrette said marriage has been a roller coaster, but he wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. Ayanna said it's been hard but very rewarding. Jarrette said it's been a bit of a change. So he has felt some things from his single life starting to kind of creep into his married life, but he's been making the necessary steps. She acknowledges that they're very different. He's an extrovert, she's an introvert. So for them to have, to build in their connection, she's going out more, he is staying in more. So they're compromising. He is now learning. Always invite her, always ask her, give her the opportunity to say no. So basically, before he goes out and does all these different things, he's probably out doing more things in that aspect. Like, let me ask her if she wants to come. If she says no, the thought is still there. So, and then Ayanna admitted that they did have sex in Mexico and that she wanted to really just reveal it when she was ready to. We know y'all had sex because he was naked and y'all were kissing underneath that shower. Of course y'all had sex. So then Shake said that this was the wrong show for him. Sal said that he admires the couples that got married because he knows how hard this was and how difficult the process could be. He's very happy for them and all that other type of stuff. This was a shit show of a reunion. They need to have some structure to it. There were no basic segments. It was just weird. Sorry, y'all. I will be watching Ultimatum. I will be recapping Ultimatum. So if you're going to be watching that show, let me know that in the comments down below. And hop into the comments, y'all. Let's talk. Let's talk about everything that happened if you have not already subscribed to the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next show. Peace.